Alright, so I wanted to do kind of like a 6 month review today of the Garmin Edge 1040 Solar. So I initially got this because I needed a new GPS to upgrade from the Garmin Edge 1000. The reason why I needed to upgrade from the Edge 1000 was because it was outdated and the power button had actually failed on the Edge 1000. So on this one, it's they said they upgraded the power button, which it seems like they did. Upgrade the back plate to metal. It's got some Velcro on there for using it inside a Velomobile. And I know in my last video, in the unboxing video, I said I was going to see how it worked in the Velomobile. It works just fine in the Velomobile. This GPS gets signal pretty much no matter what you do to it. You go through a tunnel, whatever, it gets signal. That's different than what the Edge 1030 was. In my opinion, the Garmin Edge 1030 Plus was a piece of garbage. From what I understand, they used cheap chips inside the Garmin Edge 1030 Plus because they had some sort of chip shortage. I don't really care what their purpose or reason was for whatever excuse they had for cheaping out on that on the Garmin Edge 1030 Plus. The Edge 1040 Solar is the model I have. You can see the solar panels here, and also the whole screen is also solar panel. What I've discovered having this unit, you can't just leave it out in the sun and charge it. So basically, when you turn it on, they'll tell you what percentage it's at, and if you scroll over to, I think this one has a solar setting, yeah, here, it'll tell you how much intensity it has. But the thing is, you can't charge it off the sunlight because it'll just say it's overheating and solar charging has been disabled. So if you just put it to sleep, so you can see, you can charge it while it's off, and you just set it out there in the sun, and it's supposed to be able to charge. Problem is, it just says it's overheating. When you feel it, it's not even that hot. So I've done several tests last summer after I got it to try to get it charged in direct sunlight without being moving. And the only way I was able to get it to charge was to actually put it inside like a bowl of water where everything was covered except for the screen. So it's really just the exact amount of water to cover the rest of the GPS other than the screen. Now, this is waterproof, so you don't have to worry about it. But that's the only way I got to stop the overheating message on it, was just doing that. And it wasn't even that hot out. It was probably 65, 70 degrees outside. Wasn't like it was 80, 90 degrees outside. So it shouldn't have overheated. They had not fixed that. However, it does get some sort of solar charge while you're riding in the sun because you have the airflow blowing on it. But other than that, I don't think the solar charging part of it's really that useful. Just to kind of give you my opinion on it. The only thing solar charging does do is it extends your battery life. So it just kind of adds like a few minutes or maybe an hour over a charge to your battery life. So you're not really gaining that much. But, it's a neat little feature to have. And the reason why I went with the solar model is because the screen on the solars are actual glass. So you tap on that, it's actual glass on there. Whereas the regular 1040 model is not going to be glass. But these are tempered glass so they don't scratch easily. As you can see, there's no scratches on it after 6 months. Of course, on my Garmin Edge 1000, I didn't scratch it at all over the course of many years, several years of use, so I kind of expected the same durability from this. Now, I wasn't really sure why they gave this silicone cover with the GPS, but I've just kind of been using it with it. And one thing I've heard people say, the reason why they include this silicone cover is because the solar screen is because it's glass. If it just falls on the ground without this silicone cover, it could potentially crack. So that's why they give you this for free. So say you didn't mount it right to your bars, it falls off and hits the ground. It's not going to get cracked if you have this solar case on. Well, it should help prevent the cracking. Like I say, it won't happen, but from my experience, this screen has been very durable. I've used it both on the road bike and in my snowmobile and recumbent trikes, and it's been just overall awesome for it. They did add some features to it from the Edge 1000. So one thing I didn't think I was going to use that much was the sleep feature on this. So I use the sleep feature quite often because this thing has such great battery life. You can just put it to sleep for like a day or two, and then when you're ready to ride, just tap the power button and it comes right on. It's pretty quick to power up, and then you're right back to where you were. Now, this screen is going to be different than the Edge 1000, so it adds this screen. You can scroll down, you have your training calendar, so you can use Garmin training plans, and you can kind of put different stats here. I put the weather down there too, and you can see the edit button there is how you edit it. So I actually used the training plan. Today's a rest day, that's why I'm doing this video. So see it's syncing. So if you click on the calendar here, training plan, and you can kind of scroll through and see Monday I got a 2-hour ride, which is tomorrow, coming up in zone 2. Thursday 1 hour zone 2, and Wednesday is a fitness test, 10-minute fitness test, about hour total, hour and 35 seconds total with warm up. You're doing 3, I'm not sure what all is included in that. And 1 hour zone 2, Friday 20-minute fitness test. I don't think I should be doing 2 fitness tests in the same week like that. If anything, you want to do a 20-minute fitness test on Monday, but this is Garmin's kind of plan. Then you click up here on your calendar and see your full ride calendar, and you scroll through and you see all the ones with dots are ones I have workouts scheduled, and basically I'm using the Sentry plan from Garmin, and that's gonna help me get better with endurance, to be able to do bike packing stuff a lot easier. Some of the things that are kind of different on this also is the way you get to navigation is hit that's your menu button, and you hit navigation and you can search for a location, or you can browse the map, or you can do courses. Now I created some courses, but what you can do is you can create a new course on the GPS. Now, on the Edge 1000, you didn't used to be able to do that. Now, you can do a round trip course. And this is something kind of new on the newer units where you select how many miles you want to go. Say I want to go 20 miles. And you're going to hit search. It'll populate at least 3 results based on your options that you selected. So you can select if you want to start heading south. You can select different start locations, stuff like that. And when this calculates all 3 results, usually there'll be different elevations, a little bit different routes. Now it's calculating the 3rd route, and this is pretty fast the way it does this, being how many different options I have around here. So now, these are my 3 options, and let's just say you want to do a climbing day. This one's going to be about 25 miles. It's a little bit too much, but I only want to do 20 miles, and that's all the climbing I can get. It's probably going to head north. 18 miles, it's a little under what I was doing. Route 3, it's about 23 miles, a little bit over. So what you can do, you click on that, populates the map right there. It tells you everything you need to know. It tells you where you're at and everything. But if you want 3 more results, you don't have to search again. You can just hit this little icon up here, like that, and it'll calculate 3 new routes. Sometimes it'll do it differently, but I've done this for other courses, and I've also created my own courses over the course of time. And you can also do mountain bike trails and stuff like that. You can also just select the location on the map and navigate to it. Um, Another thing they kind of added to this was, what was it? Battery saver. So here, I always have this turned off. I don't use battery saver. I don't need it. But if you enable battery saver, it basically reduces your backlight, downgrades your GPS signal. I just disable that. I don't need all the extra battery life, but if you're doing like some sort of touring or bike packing, stuff like that, that's great. But this thing's pretty quick to charge and takes USB-C, so it's just your phone charger, so you know, pretty easy to do. Another thing is when you're doing navigation, it actually navigates courses pretty good. It doesn't pick as bad of courses, doesn't take you off road as often as the Garmin Edge 1000 would. It's definitely not no 81 degrees in here, I can assure you on that one. So, yeah, it's kind of, my opinion is this is the top of the line unit. I like this Garmin Edge 1040 Solar. However, it's still my second go-to for navigation. The Garmin Montana 700i is my go-to for navigation just because it's so much easier to work the Garmin Montana 700i for navigation, but the Garmin Montana 700i is an old system. It does have its flaws, like it freezes randomly, and I have to basically stop wherever I am, reset it, go through it again. The Garmin Montana 700i also loses signal often. Um, I recently tried out the InReach features on the 700i. I'm gonna probably make another video about the Garmin Montana 700i and what I thought about that. But as for now, I think that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching.